Coming to you every week from no place in particular. This is the Forever Road podcast, featuring Bosco. He's a music lover, a historian, and a connoisseur of the obscure. Find us on some great platforms like iHeart, Spotify, and even more as we keep growing. Now, pointed down the Forever Road, here's Bosco.
Yes. Welcome to Forever Road podcast. Once again, I am Bosco. Joining with us today is the God Turtle and Bubba Doo.
Bubba Doo.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Everybody good?
It's Sunday. Tomorrow's a fun day.
Let's see. Tomorrow's Monday. I know. I'm sorry, everybody.
I don't want to go
Monday
to
for
work
me.
with that.
Should be a bowling league. It'd be a fun day.
Also, September 8th, 2024, as we record this, for those of you who are basically listeners on Spotify and iHeart and Amazon Music, today is also my oldest boy, Jay's birthday, so we're going to give Jay a big happy birthday. I tried to pay Connor to dress up like Marilyn Monroe and sing, but he wouldn't. He said he would not do it.
It's not happening.
I don't know why, but you always say $20, man. But when presented with the opportunity, you turn it down.
I would have done it. I'd have done it. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Fan and all.
dress and
I'm
everything.
Not shaving the beard, though.
Oh no, wouldn't expect it to.
I'm not allowed to. Even my dog wouldn't even know who I was.
Right.
Well,
Hang on, got some technical
Yep.
difficulties. Got some technical difficulties.
how old?
So yeah,
is
happy
anybody
birthday, Jay. He is 27.
Man, that boy's old.
I know, right? I had to count. I was like,
He's an old-
wait.
That's what he was doing. He's over there putting it on his calculator.
Recording.
Told,
You want me to wake you up in the morning?
Yeah.
yes, please. Thank you. What do you want?
You want to wake you up in the morning. Good Lord. You need your mom to wake you up.
No, she gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm usually
Oh, yeah?
6:30. So what she was asking is, hey, you want me to wake you up at 5 when I get up? And I have been lately. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
we've been getting up, drinking coffee, chilling on the front porch before the whole world wakes up. So
Shh.
Nice.
Recording. Shh. Gotta be quiet. We're
it's peaceful.
Any famous birthdays today? Any
Not that I know of. Sorry.
Let's see. I got it. I was already trying to do a couple things at once.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's what I was.
When I pre-set up, for some reason, I have people waiting on another side for that to go live, and it doesn't automatically kick that pre-scheduled. So
It's Pink's birthday.
yep.
If you're into her. And
Jonathan Taylor. Thomas.
I will honestly say there are a few songs by her that I do appreciate. She's badass.
and Bernie Sanders. And,
Really? Was he 101, 102?
Getting up there. 83. David Arquette. Patsy Cline.
Yeah.
Let's see. The kid from Stranger Things, he turned 22 today. Damn, I feel old because I don't recognize any.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Well, I mean, yeah.
One of the kids from God, I can't even think of the show.
Home Improvement.
No battery.
Home Improvement,
Please
yeah.
charge.
What world?
I don't know. Commotion at the front door.
Oh, okay. As I'm going down this list, I don't recognize anybody else.
Lorenz Tate.
No battery. Please charge.
Damn it.
Hey, you got a low battery. You might want to charge that.
That's my light, too. That sucks.
Oh,
Yes, you're
now
right.
we can't see you. Shucks.
Let me see if I got the charger.
We can't see Bosco half the time anyways.
Yeah, you really can't.
Yeah, I don't really recognize any of these names either. I mean,
Yeah,
some I do, but like from one movie, literally, the one it mentions.
Yeah.
But I was never really into movies either, so.
Yeah, me either.
And I don't speak multiple languages, so some of these names are like, what?
Yeah, right.
Yep. So born today in
All these-
1997 in a
These people.
hospital downtown Macon.
Oh, wait, we went too far. All right. All those people you just saw. All right, cool. Done. Let's go. Oh, and your boy.
So, and if you're having a birthday today or this coming week, happy birthday to you.
Dude,
Oh.
boop. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I still say that it would have been great if Connor put on the dress.
$20.
I mean, where's my wallet? But yeah, I'm back here in the studio, back here in the Forever Road, the OG podcast studio. And got my stuff set back up on the walls. I got boxes piled up over there that I need to go through and do some more things with. And I am happy to be back down here. Got my
Good.
So, what's today's episode going to be about, fellas?
Miatas versus Minis. No? Okay. All right.
Our favorite Prius model.
V8 swap Teslas. I like that idea.
That would be a much better use for them.
What, for the V8 or the Tesla?
Yes. I mean, let's be real. LS is kind of like the White Claw of the engine swaps.
Ooh.
What did I hear?
What does that make the
Mike said-
Hemis? Liquid death?
Yeah. I read somewhere that said the
Oh, terrible.
Hemi swaps were like the man bun of the engine swaps.
Yeah, I'd seen a meme about that.
Something
They're
like
like,
that.
what are
I
you
don't know.
talking about? Well, the LS is the tampon for all the Karens. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean,
What's
you know
what's
why?
the coyote? The screaming
Well,
kitten. Come on.
Because I priced it out. I had two different windows open, and I was pricing out building the Hemi that I got that 5.7 Eagle head,
Mhm.
and then on this other screen I got the LS is in my Yukon. There's nothing wrong with that. It runs. I just need a transmission for it and a battery. But anyway, So I had them both side by side, and it does cost a little bit more to build a Chrysler. It always has. I don't know why. It always has been the fact that building a Chrysler will cost you more money than it is to build a General Motors and a Ford. And that's predominantly why a lot of people would lean towards Chevrolet and Ford on their daily drivers or race cars, and at least that's my theory. If I'm wrong, anybody in the chats, anybody in the comments, then please, but a majority of people, especially down south, now out in the Midwest, like around St. Louis area, I know there's a lot of Chryslers, a lot of Mopar guys out in the Midwest. But, there again, down south we are. It's basically known that, Chevrolet, it's Chevy country or Ford country. You barely see. I mean, when you go even now, you go to a car store, how many daggum Dodges are there? With the exception of the store-bought Chargers and Challengers and all that. I'm talking about when we were growing up. We very rarely, you and I, Turtle, we very rarely see any Mopars.
Well, I mean, maybe I knew where they were all at, but they were on the West Coast.
That's what I'm saying. Well, here, you
Yeah.
go to a car show, it's
Yeah.
I could
Here in the Southeast, you didn't find as much Mopar in the Southeast as you did everything else. You go to a car show, you might see one or two, and they're badged as something they're not.
Yep.
But they're Dodge. They're Mopar.
Even Chevrolets are the same way. It's SS. SS show, huh?
Me and Jerry were just talking about that today. talking about having two guys standing next to me, one on this side and Jerry's the other one, and looking at, going to a car show and be like, "Hey, what year Chevelle is that?" And the guy standing next to me, "Oh, that's a blah 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 blah," and Jerry's gonna be like, "No, it's not. No, it's not." And the guy's gonna be like, "Oh, bullshit! This is a bump." No, you're right about that, but that's not a Chevelle. What are you talking about? It's got a Chevelle badge. It's the SS. Blah blah. That's a Malibu. Go look at the dash. Because don't nobody ever look at the damn dash. Because as soon as he said that earlier, we were having that exact conversation where I was explaining that's exactly how he would be. He'd be like, "Yeah, you could just look at the dash." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that."
Look at the gauges, yeah. I mean, and even the Chryslers were that way.
The Malibu had a flat dash. The Chevelle didn't. And I was like, "Yeah, but that's just the way we are."
You know more about him than I do. I can promise you that.
He knows a hell of a lot more than I do, and I only know a little bit because I had to do a bunch of research. But that's a different story for a different time. We'll talk about Sweet Sue one day.
But and just having that keen eye when you go to a car show,
Yep.
Like, Now I'm all for custom work. I'm all for it, but I'm the kind of person that if it's a Chevrolet, put a Chevrolet engine in it. If it's a Dodge, put a Dodge engine in it. Ford, same way, etc., etc. Unless
unless it's a custom built motor,
right?
Like fully built, billet, everything, whatever. They CNC'd the whole damn thing, like SMX. Steve Morris, he builds all of it. I mean, yeah, he does build a lot of LS style, but he builds those in house, and a lot of it's different than just a standard LS. I could see putting that in something else besides a Chevy.
I think somebody's done a Hemi swap Grand National, which would not make it a Grand National anymore. But I mean, yeah, body wise, it's just a Buick Regal with a Hemi engine, with a Chrysler engine.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking about, instead of running that Eagle engine block is all the differences there are between that 2012 engine and my 07 truck. Getting a 07 Hemi block, taking the Eagle heads off and putting it on. There's Marines Blood. He's in the chats. David J's also in the chats. Hello, y'all. But taking the Eagle heads, find a 0757 block, putting those Eagle heads on that block. That way it'll go in and wire up a lot easier in my truck.
Right.
But
Do it.
that'll be,
Do whatever the hell you want.
yeah.
Just let me know what extra parts you have. I got an idea.
Oh, Lord.
This is gonna be fun.
But even if that block, that 2012 bottom end isn't worth a darn, I know those Eagle heads are way better than the regular standard 5.7 heads. So I think Eagle started out in 2009.
I have no idea.
I have to look.
Probably.
We got the parts man right here. You figured he would know.
Those parts are older than he is. The aftermarket parts are older than he is.
Talking about the next generation of Ram.
Uh,
Because I know it was in
yeah,
09.
third gen.
Yeah, that was
Third
09.
gen. There you go.
Yeah.
09 to like 19. 18.
03 to 07 was great. Apparently 2008 was garbage.
Everything in 2008 was garbage.
Yep. Housing market,
Yeah, that's why everything went to trash in 2008. The whole stock market almost crashed. That's why anything Harley Davidson in 2008, if you didn't buy it brand new and have had it since then, don't get it.
Yeah.
Now there were some good ones, but instead of having to go through the list of VINs that actually made it, just avoid 2008 Harley Davidsons or anything from Dodge in 2008. As a certified level 2 Chrysler mechanic, I can contest to that. Stay away from anything 2008 from Harley Davidson and Dodge. Anything Dodge. Stuff will kill you.
Yeah. I think Chevrolet and Ford were about the same way.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know about Chevy or Ford, but I've always had a problem with Fords. So I was trying not to get into that. Like Chevy's always kind of had a problem with some of their stuff. So was Dodge. So was everybody else. Except for Toyota. You can set one of those on fire and drive it off a cliff and still pick it up at the bottom of the cliff.
Right?
Just fucking Toyota, man.
Hey, what happened to
Yeah, you can. Yeah, absolutely. Huh?
I was gonna ask what happened to Chief? Where he been at? He quit?
He's at a powwow.
No. I mean, he's been doing his own.
No? Okay.
Dang, man.
Yeah. He's been doing his own. One more I'm out of here. His schedule's. I mean, he's a firefighter. I just really hadn't asked him to come on lately. To be honest with you.
He's been busy.
I figured, if anything, he's busy.
Before my Chromebook dies, let me see what's going on because it's supposed to be charging, but maybe being on here is too much. I don't know. I'll be right back.
All right, if you need balance, go ahead. All right. Well, I'll let him bounce. Yep. All right, still with me, Turtle?
Nope.
No? Oh, darn.
Nope.
So-
Not here anymore. All right, let's go play video games.
With With the recent, what I learned was over this past week was that they had put up Burt Reynolds' personal Bandit Trans Am up on Mecum auction. Let's see. And I forgot with everything I had to do today and getting this all set back up and all the cleaning, I hadn't had a chance to look at it and see what it brought. But that's actually the inspiration for today's. I thought it sold. Maybe it's an old post. I don't know. But I know that he had coming up on here it is. According to News Nation, Burt Reynolds' personal Pontiac Trans Am is up for auction. He did own and drive it. The current owner bought it from his estate. Major restoration and modifications made. I mean, it's even got the old Georgia State flag license plate on the front. I can pull it up over here. So it brought the question to mind: which one was better, the General Lee or Bandit's Trans Am? So I figured we look at it down, run down the numbers, see what's up, see what everybody else's opinion is. Mrs. Bosco, for this conversation's sake, she said neither. Her honest opinion is neither. They're both the same. They both have, they're equal, according to her. So, that's her opinion. I'll let her have it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
There
he is.
I'm back.
Put away the other notes. Don't get them confused.
So, it made, with the anniversary of Burt Reynolds passing back in 2018, which was, 2 days ago, September 6, 2018. And I'm pretty sure a majority of us men folk, even here in the chats, maybe Marine Blood, David J, whoever's watching, BC, I texted him the other day. I'll tell you what he said in a minute. But, we all grew up watching Burt Reynolds on TV, wishing to at least be, the Bandit or Snowman or, something to that effect. I don't know if you did, her because you were living in, Cali growing up. But
I damn sure saw some Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah. I mean, even that, watching the Dukes of Hazzard, who the hell didn't want to be?
I actually didn't watch Dukes of Hazzard as a kid.
Really?
Yep.
You commie.
No. I was living next to him, though. I was living out in California.
I mean, that's out there. What?
We didn't have trees and sand. We had sand and sand. So
Sand.
we had a lot
Dirt.
more like beach type of TV shows out there. Like where Baywatch came from. Came from a lot of those early 80s TV shows out there. I can't remember what they were.
Trying to find that.
All right, give me a second.
Go ahead. He's got doggy issues. You don't recognize. Hang on there, Marine's Blood. I was trying to find the same article I had, but News Nation wants you to sign up for some garbage, and I'm not about that life. So, all right, I'm back. Little coughing fit there for a second. My bad. My biggest gripe, I'll be honest with you, my biggest gripe about, and I know some guys may disagree with me, but my biggest gripe against the high-end auctions is they have created and I've said this before, an imaginary inflation when it comes to classic cars. You know,
That's valid.
between Barrett Jackson and Meacham or however you say it, they have created only the rich and elite can really go. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's the Bandit Trans Am. That is Burt Reynolds' personal car. 78 Trans Am, like the one will be auctioned off. Okay, so it's next week. At the auction block in Dallas next week. Is his personal car. It's not a movie car. According to Motor Trend, this one is stock Pontiac that the actor owned and drove. According to Reynolds' estate, he gave it to the groundskeeper at his Jupiter, Florida home. The estate then got it back after Reynolds passed away in 2018. Gene Kennedy, the owner of the Bandit movie cars, bought it from the estate and stored it. Adding state-of-the-art technology, glossy black paint job includes iconic gold Pontiac wings on the hood. This tells you right there. Honestly, the article is sloppily written, but some kind of details because a car person, they actually had a car guy actually writing an article like that because that was sloppy. I'm sorry. The iconic gold wings, Pontiac wings on the. Come on, man. That's not even a Pontiac wing. Sorry, everybody. That article sucked. But that's my gripe.
Amateurs.
That's my gripe that Meacham and Barrett Jackson, and I'm calling them out too, have made an inflation when it comes to classic cars. Your regular blue collar guy, 9 to 5 or whatever, it makes it hard because it has made it very, very, very difficult for us to own. For example, and Turtle knows this, 70 Roadrunner is my favorite muscle cars, along with the 71 Hemi Cuda, or Little Red Express for that matter. If you price those things,
Yeah, which surprises me that they haven't. That Dodge, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but Dodge has yet to make another one. Just put that as a trim package with a special looking interior, and that thing would sell. It would fly off the shelves at $140,000.
Which one is that?
Little Red Express. If they redid it,
Yeah.
All they have to do is make it a trim package. It's a color option, red exterior with gold, or yellow or whatever color it was. Just a basic printed door label. Well, I mean, it'd be painted on, so you can get make the $140,000 worth it. With a pinstripe down it or whatever, whatever it was on the original, put it on a new packaged Ram. But make it a color, just make it, it's all a color option. An interior. I mean, hell, you can make the interior Alcantara with a red Alcantara, so it matches the outside if you wanted to be that fancy, but still, that thing would sell so quick. The pre-orders would
Well, I
sell
mean,
faster. You
even
know what
the
I mean?
even the with the little red truck, even with that, step side bed, chrome stacks. If a car company, see, Marine's Blood said it right there. Cars used to have really cool, unique designs, and there are, you can't tell a Honda Accord nowadays from a Chevy Impala from a distance.
No, because they're all designed by people overseas.
I mean, back in the day, you could from in the dark by the headlights. I could do that back in the
Jeeps and
day.
Mustangs.
Now I'm like,
Still to this day. I may not like Mustangs, but I respect what they have done with the car culture. Anyway,
yeah, kind of. So
I mean,
we're
if
gonna
they leave
we'll
the
go
curbs
do.
and the crowds alone, we'd be all right.
You have to often tell, to see the logo to tell which one is which. I'm watching you, Marine's Blood. You're not going to rickroll me this week.
Do it, Marines Blood.
Do
Do
it.
it.
Do it. Do it. Do
I
it.
told him I'd give him a shout out too, and I did. It took me a couple of days to get that
Do it,
put
Marine.
together, but I did it.
Do it for Chesty.
For Chesty.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Oh. Why'd you have to bring him into this? This ain't got nothing to do with him. Wrong. You're wrong.
Do it. Do it
Oh.
for Dan Daly. Smedley Butler.
We're surrounded. Great.
Good.
Now we
Now
know
we know
where
where
they
they're at. Yes, yes.
So we're going to start off with the General Lee.
Yes.
Turtle,
start
would you
off
like
with
to take this one?
that. Not yet. Hold on 1 second. You
Not
can go
yet?
ahead. Give me a second.
All right. Everybody knows the General Lee, and I'm not talking about the Robert E. Lee. I'm talking about the iconic race car on on the Dukes of Hazzard. It made famous on the TV show The Dukes of Hazzard, later on in a couple TV made for TV movies, and won, I would say, according to true to form General Lee Dukes of Hazzard fans, the Abomination movie. I think that it could have named the movie something else other than the Dukes of Hazzard, but we won't get in. We ain't gonna go into the weeds on that. The best part about that it was not the acting; it was the car chase, and all that. Anyway, if you saw the Dukes of Hazzard movie, anybody? I know Bubba has. Dang it. I'm not going to say it out loud, but there you go, everybody. So, he tried.
Well, I mean, you laughed. He called you out on the laugh, and you posted it telling everybody that you got almost. So basically, you did because you said it in your head.
I was expecting it.
But you said it in your head and sang it while you said it.
No, I didn't sing it when I said it.
Sure.
I said I got to "Don't Worry, I Won't Give Up" on Rick Rolling, and I just kind of went on and started laughing after that.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
Sure. It's your story. Tell the way you want.
It's my lie. Let me tell it. So, if you know the car, if you know the General Lee, if you don't know, let me show you.
Wasn't that like a dart or something?
Maybe it was one of those Dodge Colt. Maybe it was a Dodge Colt.
A Colt.
A Colt. A General Wee. With a .5 on the door.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right.
No.
It's the Chevelle.
It
that makes
almost was.
that makes people. But I know that. But I'm saying like that makes God. When you say that in a crowd of people, isn't that a Chevelle? When you see a General Lee pass, oh my God, that'll start a
Man.
fight. Oh my
Yep.
God. And then you look at him and
That
you have to
reminds
tell
me.
him. You have to tell him, oh, but did you know that it was almost a Chevelle?
Yeah.
But it was
It
too
almost was a
expensive.
Chevelle.
It was too expensive to use the Chevelle.
Yep. But there you have it, folks. In 1969, the Dodge Charger RT. Corvette red. If you want to know, Corvette red. I don't want to hear arguments, this, that, and the other. But per Corn Dog from the Kibby and Friends show, if you
It's
want to go
supposed to
check
be
it out,
Hemi orange.
well, I've heard everything from Hemi orange to Hugger orange to
Fire engine orange.
what's the
Have
other
you not
one?
heard that one?
No, I've heard. Oh man, I'm trying to remember what it's called. Something D&D or some transportation company. Orange. I don't remember exactly what it was. A to Z or Z to Z, whatever it was. Transportation company, but
Yeah, because they made some special orange that was really, really close to it, but all they did was steal the original paint code.
when
Whatever.
when the show, if you can go back and watch it, when the show initially came out, the orange, I can remember this a long time ago, the orange wasn't showing up on camera very well. It was really, really faded.
Mm-hmm.
So they changed it and it came up with that Corvette red. Even in an episode that I've watched not too long ago called Happy Birthday, General Lee, how they came up with the Duke boys found this wrecked Charger and they come up with this Charger and they come up with the paint and the O1 on the side of the door and welded the doors and the whole story. It's a great story if you got a minute or so to watch it on YouTube. But even Cooter said, I'm a little thin in the paint department, but that orange right there is a nice reddish orange, which is actually Corvette red.
Yep.
I don't remember the paint code. I used to know it, but I don't remember it now.
Corvette red.
Anybody
that knows,
there you have it. Yeah, if you know, you know. General Lee.
I don't mean
engine.
to intrude, but if you'll let me add something here.
General Lee.
Yes.
Go ahead, man. That's all.
According to John Snyder, it was a mix of colors. It wasn't Corvette red. It was a mix of oranges used in the Burbank / Warner Brothers studios. I saw this video years ago.
Yes, so did I.
But
Warner Brothers wasn't even involved until the third car. The first two cars had nothing to do with Warner Brothers.
Yep. Anyway, Ken, go ahead. I hear your side of the paint scheme.
Yes, I like the story, so please continue.
I don't remember. You can take it from here, but I just know that according to John Snyder, it was a mix-up of oranges.
So what happened is basically what Bothko had said is that the original color that was on the car wasn't showing up as well on camera because of lighting issues outside and whatnot. They couldn't add enough white light to deter the yellow light of the sun. So the yellow was fading out some of the color. So it would look more like a really dirty tan or yellow on camera, which they didn't want. So they tried several different things. They stripped the car all the way down, several points in the scheme. They tried adding more orange on top of it, a slightly darker orange. They took that off and did this and did that and did this and put a really dark primer on the bottom and put the original orange on, or what they thought was close to it, because they weren't really sure. Like, they had changed so many times to try and get whatever color they ended up coming up with, that the original actual color that they ended up stopping with, like that, and they just made a whole bunch of it and just hoped they had enough, which they ended up not. The original color is not known to man. Now, in that episode, they did get with such and such a dude from such and such a place that had such and such a body part stuffed in the attic of a barn, and it was the trunk lid. And they did the whole
I know that one.
they did the whole, who's that real big paint company? Starts with a D, I think.
DuPont.
They took this big laser light whatever thing and put it to it in several places and got what would be a paint code. And it broke down the formula of how to make that color per square inch for that car. Well, that trunk lid supposedly came off of number one, generally.
Lead one.
Supposedly. I don't know. I don't see the numbers. Just going by what Snyder said, that's what happened. That was that part off of that car. That car is still in existence, but they were only allowed to take the trunk lid. And in the video, you don't get to see the rest of the car. You only get to see them take the trunk lid out of the attic of a barn. I don't even know if it's the right barn. Either way, they got the paint code from that, and they say, and Snyder says in that interview, that's Lee 1. That's the original color. He also says the closest thing to it available is Corvette Red.
So there's a body shop out in not too far from here that was not. It was in a different place originally. It was closer to Conyers, where the first 5 episodes were filmed here in Georgia, and then they packed everything up, moved to what is now known as Disney Ranch out in California.
Yep.
Oh God, I don't want to go into the VinWiki guy because I'm not going to name drop him. I think it's full of crap, but that's just my opinion.
Which one? The guy that has the show, or the guy that comes on the show?
The guy that
comes on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy who actually who's supposedly still in possession of the Lee 1 trunk lid. He there's Falk around and find out. Foxy, Falk Narrator, she joined the chats. Hello. So he's full of crap with a lot of his stories. But anyway, we ain't gonna go there. My buddies over there at the Kibby and Friends show they know, which I'll get into that here in a little while.
I did watch that, so I know what you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The one that was all like, I know this, that, and the other. So the trunk lid was at a body shop who still, especially when the movie came out in 2005, the guy had the trunk lid. Let me borrow it, and then I'll take it and get it scanned. Anyway, he hoodooed the guy out of the trunk lid of Lee 1 and, whatever. But there's a body shop here in Georgia, which it's moved to, I think, 15 minutes away from my house now, but it was up there at the time, up closer to Conyers and Covington, where they were filming.
Yep.
Originally, in that body shop, I mean, I've seen pictures of '69 Chargers were, or either 70 Chargers backdated to '69 or '68 updated to '69. They would use those 3 years, '68, '69, '70, those body style Chargers. Somebody would just go out and find the cars. And the General Lee, as far as specs go, like we've discussed Corvette Red, and what you were talking about with my paint and body experience that I've had in the past, I've had ooh, I thought my mouse was connected to the other laptop, and apparently it's not. What I've discussed, I worked at hang on. I just got a text message from a dude at work. Anyway, so what you're talking about is a machine. It's about 8 inches long, and it has a camera lens on it and reads the colors, and it breaks down the color code, what the PPG calls a profit. And it'll tell you, this company may have this same orange known as Corvette Red. This company may have it known as Sunset Red. This company may known it, you could have it'd be called Corvette Red on Corvette. It'd be called Sunset Red over here on this Charger.
Right.
So it could be the same exact color, just according to.
Right, and that's why I said, that's why they said in the video the closest thing to the exact color of that scan, because I'm not going to sit here and say that was the trunk lid. I'm only saying this is what they said on that scan. The closest actual in production color was Corvette Red.
Right.
At that time. And I know, and just like you're saying, that Sunset Red or that Corvette Red or Sunset Orange or Corvette Red could be the color on either side of whatever color they ended up with.
So right. So moving on, we're gonna go into the weeds of who was what.
Right.
So the General Lee basically is a RT Dodge 69 Dodge Charger RT coupe, 3-speed torque flight, 727 transmission. Basically, with the RT, you would either have the 383 or 440 big block or 426 Hemi. For it to be a General Lee, it has to be an RT car. It would have to be, big block. Now, of course, they're not going to swap big blocks into cars. They're just going to throw across the bridge and let gravity take do its thing. But, and a lot of the cars were painted up, small block cars, 340s, 318s.
A lot of them didn't have motors in them when they were used for stunts.
Right. They were just hooked up on a
pull system,
slingshot machine.
Slingshot or some craziness that we would come up with.
It's an orange brick.
Somebody's sitting around drinking coffee. How are we going to get that car to move without a motor in it? We got to film that crap today, man. Well, my daddy one time, he hooked a damn cable up to a bumper.
Cable up around the pulley.
Around a tree. No, pulley. Yeah, no pulley. That's the tree. The tree was the pulley. And then you cut the tree down because you done caught it on fire with the big ass cable you used. Yeah.
Hang on, let me
restart his brain.
Sorry. Apparently there's a family hanging out at my place of employment.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to keep it cool this summer, huh?
Yes, they're trying.
Whose family is it? No, let's not get into that. That's none of our business.
Yep. So,
Kind of interested though, but whatever.
So what anybody in the chats? What do you think? Now the topic is General Lee versus Bandits Trans Am Trigger, which I don't think they named it Trigger in the very beginning. I think that was kind of like that name came along in the second movie, but it could very well have been, yeah. So with all the, with it, like I said before, Miss Bosco said, that they're equal. Trans Am and the General Lee are the same.
She's looking at it she's looking at it from a girl's perspective, though.
Right. Well, I mean,
it makes sense.
Girls' perspective, because there's a lot of people out there that just think that just because it's a Trans Am, that means it's the fastest thing there is. But
no, well, those people are delusional.
Because it's
No, I mean, but in reality, because what they're seeing is Trigger is a hero car. General Lee is a hero car.
Mm-hmm.
The show Dukes of Hazzard was not about the Duke boys. It was about General Lee. What the fuck did we watch the show for? I didn't care what the Duke boys were getting themselves into. I couldn't to this day tell you what one of the damn things they did to break the law, that they had this fat little short 4-foot Danny DeVito looking guy chasing them. In a big old convertible Lincoln with horns on the front. And he was doing 35.
It was a Cadillac, but okay.
Whatever. Cadillac, Lincoln, they were stealing each other's parts anyways. But it was a hero car. That's the way they see it, right?
Right.
Trigger. It was a movie where this hot guy picks up a hot chick in a hot car. The whole time we're watching it, we're looking at the car. We don't care about the dude. We don't care about the chick. We want to know why the hell she's got her feet up on the dash, though. Tell me I'm lying. So the women still see them as those cars. We still see those cars as those women. Tell me I'm lying. I'm just over here stirring the pot.
But see, as a mechanic, knowing what I know.
Right. I'm just stirring
especially. All right. So we ran down what's the deal with the General Lee. Everybody knows. All right. So that's where we're at. We're at a big block power. And we're not. We're at big block power, 3-speed forward flight, sure grip. If I could zoom the camera in, I would say, look at me, sure grip. There's no such thing, technically speaking, as Positrack in a Plymouth. That is a General Motors term. Joe Dirt got it wrong.
No, he didn't. He was reading the script. Don't blame it on him.
Well, he needs to know. How you gonna be an actor? You don't know your source material. And how does Positrack in the Plymouth work? It doesn't. Stop being dumb.
Smack him on the nose with a comic book. No. No.
It's called sure. No. Cut your mouth.
You should read Marine's Blood's comment.
I can't even see the comments. Oh, wait. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You were the Marine, dude. I was law enforcement. You're Marine.
Y'all have no idea what's going on in that conversation. And that's literally a whole conversation right there.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Right there with you, brother.
So you see this little round thing right here over my right shoulder? It says
Nope, it's just as blurry as your face.
You probably can't read it, but it says honoring all who serve. So I got my blue line flag up there. I got my military honoring all right there. So there's that. Yeah, anyway. So sure grip differential, big block, either 426, 383 big block, which was a dog, to be honest with you. The 440 was a much better engine. And just speaking off of pure oh Lord, experience. Okay. So let's go on to trigger. Mr. Bubba, you have the floor.
Oh, I have the floor. That's great. Hang on.
Your turn.
Hang on, everybody. This is my time.
He's been practicing all week.
All right, what do you want to know?
Oh God. Let's hold his hand.
Come on, man.
Where do I start? Guide me.
Mini Cooper.
Guide me,
God.
host.
Did you not get the email? We changed it again. We're talking about the Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
Hang on, man.
I
He
didn't
has a
receive-
GED
I didn't
like me.
receive
Don't
that
confuse
test.
him.
I'm the only
See?
idiot with a college degree.
I have some college. I just
I
didn't
said
finish.
degree.
So I'll just start reading off some facts, okay?
There you go.
Yeah,
All right.
dude.
All right.
What's the specs of Bandit's Trans Am?
So the 77 model Trans Am was not a 77 model. It was actually 76 with a 77 front clip.
Yes.
Right?
Uh,
Tell us what the folks need to know.
yeah. It had a 4-speed manual transmission, although some models had an automatic. Boom, bam. Sales jumped for the Trans Am from 68,745 in 1977 to over 117,000 in 1979. I think that's with inflation, because at the time, I think the actual sale price of the Trans Am was like 6,000, 5,000, something like that.
Yeah, but they sold a lot of units. They did so well. They did so well that Burt Reynolds, the president of Pontiac, told Burt Reynolds he'd have a new Pontiac every year or something like that for the rest of his life.
Yep.
And then
He outlived the company.
he actually did. But they stopped sending Trans Am, and Burt calls him and goes, "Hey, where's my y'all said I was supposed to get a new car?" And the guy was like, "Oh no. To the end of that president's life, he's dead now. It's over with.
We don't have to honor that anymore.
That's the old guy. He's not here anymore." Continue.
What we were talking about earlier was Pontiac supplied 4 brand new transmission model or Trans Am models for the movie. By the time the final scenes were shot, they had wiped out 3 of them, and the surviving 4th wouldn't start or run. So by the end of the movie, they were actually using what they call a push car to push the last remaining Trans Am into the scenes. So,
Yep.
Right.
also, despite the Trans Am having a 6.6 liter engine, it only had about 180, 185 max horsepower. It did have 320 foot-pounds of torque.
Reported.
Top speed of it was 110 miles an hour. From my understanding, it also got about 13 miles to the gallon.
You got aggressive just now.
So it was about as fuel efficient as my Durango.
Yeah.
My Durango might actually be a little bit worse. So
But as aerodynamic as a tool shed.
And here's a part where they kind of cross over. Here's a part where the General Lee and the Trans Am they have
Hold on.
this in common.
What was your horsepower? Your horsepower?
180, 185.
Okay.
So much like the General Lee, the sound effects in the movie were just dubbed sound effects used from other cars.
From what? From what movie though?
From the first one.
Smokey and the Bandit, and as far as the movie goes, the Trans Am sounds were from the originally from the movie Two Lane Blacktop. So which was a '55 Chevy Bel Air. That same car, the '55 Bel Air that was in Two Lane Blacktop, was the same car that was also used in what movie? Nobody? Okay. I think American Graffiti. I was gonna say Bueller. Anybody? So yeah, that was the same '55 Chevy Bel Air that was in American Graffiti. Also, I believe Two Lane Blacktop inspired Mike Finnegan's '55 Bel Air Blasphemy. So,
yes, sir.
Yep.
And he grew up with a guy that went to school with another dude. Okay, we're not to that yet. All right.
Oh, I mean, if you're there, then go ahead and I'll let you cook.
I'm just boiling water, man. Steaming up the joint.
So go ahead, Bubba. What else you got?
I only got a couple more facts, but there were 3 different engine models. I'm not sure which one the movie car was, or it might have been a mix for all I know. Could have been all 3 engines. One of them was
possibly was.
Well, I know it was the 400 cubic inch engine, I believe, but I don't know which one because there was 2. So they say. One of them was at additional cost, extra cost, and it had different camshaft, higher compression ratio, and I would assume a little bit more horsepower.
That's the one they want you to believe that they used.
But Trans Am's also had a Oldsmobile sourced 403,
and that's what was
as an option.
What was it? A big? Or am I thinking about GTOs? Someone had a 455.
Who did what?
455 Super Duty, or I didn't look up anything. In most of the stuff I knew off the General Lee, I just knew it off the top of my head for most of it, except for the gear ratio. I never found.
You're a nerd.
I never found the gear ratio for the General Lee, but that's okay. So, movie for, well, I guess you can't compare the movie for, which one do you think had a better soundtrack? Theme song.
See that you can't compare it. Two totally different genres of music. Two totally different genres of people that they're representing in each, between the TV show and the Bandit movies.
I don't see how. I think they kind of,
because they were good old boys back in the country. Bandit was not a good old boy from back in the country. He was a city slicker with country roots. You're not going to see that man working on a farm. Duke boys would have got up and rustled up some cattle with you.
Okay.
That's why their background music is a good old bluegrass, kind of a country funk beat.
Yeah.
What was Bandits? Rock music.
But would you consider Jerry Reed a rock and roll?
I mean, look at the music back in the times. They didn't even know what rock and roll was by then.
Nah, I
I mean, it
disagree.
was 77.
Disco and a lot of other different weird stuff coming out. They didn't know whether to call it rock or not. I mean, we call it rock now. Yeah, we look back
Yeah.
and go, yeah, it's still rock because we
Right.
have so many different forms of rock now. But back then, you see what I mean? Like, you can't really have two different genres of music. Jerry Reed did do some good country music. And I'm not saying that the Bandit country music wasn't country, but that was like, that's like trying to say that the Allman Brothers were country. They were still good old boys, but they weren't necessarily country.
No.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of see your point.
The generally in the Bandit Trigger Trans Am, car to car, we can compare them all day. You can't compare them shows together, especially the soundtracks. But we could talk about which one had a better soundtrack.
I think I don't know. I think Jerry Reed is closer to Waylon than
by roots, yes.
I guess. But I think his music wasn't that far off.
No, it wasn't. That's why I was like, but can you consider it that way? That's why I was asking the question the way I did. Because I can't see Jerry Reed as anything other than country. Because I've heard all of his stuff.
Yeah.
But if you base it on what you know Jerry Reed from, you don't know him from his music. You know him from the Bandit movies. That's it. Ask anybody, where do you know Jerry Reed from?
Waterboy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Waterboy.
See,
but
you can't really. I mean, but you're talking about the Bandit movies here in a car.
But I don't see him as an actor.
Music.
I see him as a musician.
Right.
So.
Because you know more about him than your generation does.
So, yeah, I was gonna say his generation, and
you ask your generation.
People,
if they even know who Jerry Reed is, they're probably not going to say Waterboy.
They should. Yeah.
Why? Because I didn't know up until about 4 years ago that he was even in Waterboy.
No, I'm saying they should know him.
But that's what I'm saying.
But yeah.
I didn't even know Jerry Reed up until the last 4, maybe 5 years. Didn't even know he was in Waterboy.
Yeah.
It just
I'm with you on that. Yeah, because I grew up watching Smokey and the Bandit with him, and always knew.
Anybody your age should know Smokey and the Bandit at least. They may not know who the Duke Boys are. They may know of the Duke Boys, but they don't know who they are. They wouldn't be able to point them out in public. Somebody can point Jerry Reed out in public. And if I see Burt Reynolds out in public, I'm damn sure going to point him out.
Yeah. Somebody
especially since he's not supposed to be out there anymore. I'm sorry.
Thought you were dead. Somebody said that they didn't.
Oh wait, no, that's the other guy.
Somebody said they almost didn't cast. They didn't want to cast Sally Field because she didn't have any sex appeal. And I was like, dude, are you kidding me, man?
Yeah.
Frog back in?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of see it, but I kind of don't. I kind of see what they're saying.
Low battery, please charge.
You might want to charge that. Oh. Talking about that young lady gave his computer a heart attack. You hear that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, my personal opinion, and this may be don't crucify me, but she's a hell of a lot cuter than Catherine Bach was.
Low battery,
that's fair.
please charge.
Yo. Shellac.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree with you. Because I had to think about who she was.
Think about back in the day. Daisy did, and I don't know why men thought Catherine Bach was she was the hottest thing to ever hold.
No battery.
Make chitlin sandwiches or whatever.
Well, who was that swimsuit
to serve
model?
Beer.
Who's that swimsuit model that went to go work for Hugh Hefner from the 80s?
I have no idea.
I can't even remember her name, but everybody still thinks she's hot. I even got a poster of her somewhere. It's not on my wall.
Pam Anderson?
It's not that childish. No, younger than Pam. Blonde, though, of course. Excuse me, sir. You're making way too much noise.
But I mean, and like I said, it may be an unpopular opinion, but let's look at it.
I see your belly, but I don't have time right now. I'm on the YouTubes. You're disturbing us. Stop it. Stop it, weirdo.
All right, so yeah,
But yeah, let's compare the soundtracks. So you got Jerry Reed and who else?
Waylon Jennings, who damn near single-handedly created outlaw country.
Exactly.
Aside from Bobby Bear, I think Bobby Bear was like the original.
Definitely.
But
Stepping stones, yes. But that played well into
Jerry Reed was out there doing his own thing too.
right, but that music, the outlaw country music, played well into the idea of the Duke Boys. That was perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was perfect.
I don't know.
And we just talked about how Jerry Reed was country and that movie was more rock. Attitudes, just spiritual wise, that whole movie was rock, not country.
I think
it was Southern rock, but it was rock, not country.
I don't know. I disagree still. Every song that.
But you also disagree that nobody watched the third Smokey and the Bandit.
Nobody watched that shit. That's why they didn't make a fourth one.
Nobody watched that shit.
That's why they didn't make a fourth one. Am I wrong?
They didn't make a third.
I watched it.
They didn't make a third General Lee movie.
Okay.
Mm.
I don't mean that nobody actually watched it. Nobody liked it.
You know why people watched the movie Dukes of Hazzard? Because it had nothing to do with the car, and it had nothing to do with the Duke Boys, and it had nothing to do with the fact that they filmed it in the middle of Atlanta. Or did it? Because I think it had everything to do with who they cast Daisy Duke and why they did it through the middle of Atlanta. And how much backlash they knew they were going to get from it. But the people that went to go watch that movie, they didn't go watch that movie because of the story or because they liked Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, yes, there was people that liked Dukes of Hazzard that actually went to go watch the movie. No shit. That's kind of how ticket sales work. Right. Can't say that I did. I wanted to, but,
I did. I went to go see it, even though there was a hard charging, there was like a campaign. Ben Jones and John Snyder were out there campaigning heavy against going to see the movie because it had nothing to do with the original values of the Dukes of Hazzard, the television show.
It made Dukes of Hazzard more like a joke, more like a comedy.
Right. It did. It really, and that's why I say it's an abomination.
Yep.
However,
it was. But you want to talk about Smokey and the Bandit third movie sucked so bad nobody went to go see it. I bet Smokey and the Bandit did better than any Dukes of Hazzard ever did. Combined. You have to combine them because that movie did freaking well.
Nobody remembers it. Nobody talks about it. They talk about the first two. And really just the first. Nobody
really talks about the fourth Back to the Future, but it's still a number one hit.
Right, but it's just...
And nobody's going to talk about this second Beetlejuice in about 10 years.
Yeah. Mrs. Bosco went to see that yesterday, and she
was disappointed.
Exactly. Her words verbatim. She was like, But we ain't here to talk about that movie. So I'm going to look up. Have you not seen Smoking Bandit 3 on IMDb.
Uh-huh.
And see what it goes.
Go look on Rotten Tomatoes. They'll give you the right one. I'm joking.
Well, I'm trying to see what. Yeah, I think this actually shows your Rotten Tomatoes rating.
I think
All I know is the legacy of the Bandit is not remembered by that third movie.
well,
Just like
it's not remembered by the second either, but they did good with
Just-
that one.
that, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. And I mean, just like y'all were talking about the movie in 05 or 06 for the Dukes of Hazzard.
The legacy
Nobody
was
remembers.
built off of that.
Yeah, it's all because of the name and the car.
Yeah.
That's the only things that were kept the same. Other than that, just a comedy.
Well, I mean, for Dukes of Hazzard, it was the Daisy Dukes. The shorts, not actually the person, because we didn't, nobody really cared about who the person was. I'm joking, people. I'm joking. Calm down, Karens. Jeez Louise.
I was wondering.
You
see that?
Spit. I won't kick spit in the big toe.
See, he didn't even know they did 3 movies.
Yeah. Ask him where he's from and where he grew up. I'm surprised he even knew about the Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, the Bandit Trans Am. Hey, weren't you out there in the middle of the country? That is spit, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Trying not to call out anybody. Although you're part of your name.
It
is
shows
there.
he's on.
Yeah.
I don't see anything as far as box office. I don't need to know. I don't need. All right, now I guess it's making me log in. Boo.
Let's see. Jackie Gleason, Jerry Reed, Paul Williams.
The
Mike
Love
Henry.
Boat. Y'all know Paul Williams wrote the Love Boat theme song, right?
17% Rotten Tomatoes, 3.5 out of 10. Smokey and the Bandit 3.
Yep.
Filmed
I never
in
said it was
19
I never said it was a great movie. I never once said it was a great movie.
It made $7 million
There, that's what I was looking for.
against a $9 million budget. Oh,
Damn. Yep,
You
that's
wouldn't
why
need
they
a
didn't release a
$2
fourth.
million.
No, that has nothing.
That's why they didn't release a fourth one. They lost money.
No, they didn't have a story after the third one. That's why they didn't make another story in order to produce. That's not how movies work, Princess.
Yeah.
We could have that conversation some other time.
And the only reason why Burt Reynolds wasn't in the third one was because he was already under contract and filming another movie.
Yep. And that's why the third one sucked. That didn't have Burt Reynolds in it.
So you just admitted it sucks. So what's your argument here?
That they
That was
had
my-
3 movies.
The-
And then so what if it sucked? They had 3 movies. They went further and spread
That
out
was
over,
never my argument.
and spread out over the years. That was my argument.
So
That
we
was-
agree. We've been agreeing this whole time, but didn't realize it.
No, I
Can I just let
never
y'all go
once said that it was a great movie. I never said that it was a good movie. I just said that there was a third movie, and then you kept arguing with me about how it was a shitty movie. And
No.
I'm like, but
No, let's go.
no. Other
hold on.
than it didn't have Burt and it sucked in the box office, because that's what he's bringing up. The box office. They had a budget of $9 million. They only made $7 million when it went to the theaters. How long does it stay in theaters before it stops making money? It's usually about a month. They pull it out.
Mhm.
You're only given 30 days to make $9 million. Get the fuck out of here. You think you can make $9 million in 30 days? You go right ahead and do it.
Good movie does.
I know some women that will damn sure either hold the camera or not,
Guess what?
but you're still not going to make $9 million in 30 days.
Deadpool and Wolverine. So I hear.
I said
in the
you
first
are not
2
going.
days made the most money a movie has ever made. So
Right,
tell me.
but what they're not telling you is all the advertising costs that they had. They're not counting that into making the movie. All of the extra stuff they've put in to do the movie or the advertising, they're not putting that into how much it cost the movie. Back in the 80s, they did. Back in the 70s, they did. So that $9 million budget for an 80s movie was $9 million for everything. The $3 billion they spent on filming Deadpool and Wolverine, they're only telling you about the $3 billion it cost for the movie, not all the advertising and everything else. And I'll guarantee they didn't make none of that back.
The Dukes of Hazzard movie grossed $111 million US.
Yes.
I don't know what it made worldwide, but domestic. Here it is. Domestic 80 million. International 29 million. Together 109 million. So opening weekend was 30 million. Production budget was 53. Yeah, that's what it shows anyway. So yeah, I mean,
yeah, they doubled their budget on that.
Even, yeah, but there again, you know, I don't know what other movie released that weekend, but there again, there was a lot of people who were big time against it. I don't know that even today, if they came out with an original Smokey and the Bandit style, say his Trans Am, not a Dodge, not knocking John Schneider his ideas, because he's come up with a movie called Stand on It, and he took a Challenger, put a bird on the hood, cut T-tops into it, and jumped it and drove it around. I didn't watch it. It's on YouTube. If y'all want to go check that out.
I wouldn't watch it.
No. But I do have a DVD that I got off of friends of mine called Hazard Nation, and it explains the whole thing about how the entire deal came to be, and it was really good. But would you so if you had to do it all over again, Smokey the Bandit, we'll go right off the top. Smokey the Bandit, you're casting, let me show you. Bandit, Frog, Cletus, because you got to have Snowman, Buford T. Justice, and his son Junior. So just those five. Who Turtle, who are you casting?
God, man.
From today's cesspool of actors.
Oh God, I gotta use today's.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna put a production together, who are you?
All right, Ryan Reynolds right off the bat. He's
I'm
the funniest.
recording. What do you want?
He's the funniest man out there right now.
Who's that?
Ryan Reynolds. Because of Deadpool, he's the funniest man out there right now.
Okay.
I think he could pull off being Smokey. I'm just kidding. I was trying to keep a straight face, kid. No, he'd be a great Bandit. Frog. Damn, that's a tough one. I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back to that one because I'm gonna have to think about that one because that's
Right.
you don't want to
And
ruin
Bubba,
that.
while he's answering, you think about it.
How long was the question? Sorry.
Casting Smokey and the Bandit with today's actors, actresses.
Bandit, Snowman, Frog, Buford T. Justice, and Junior.
Yeah, so be thinking about it. I'm trying to get mine out. He's got a better access to who the actors and actresses are nowadays because I don't even pay attention to them.
I don't watch movies, so.
But that's why I say you got better access to them because I don't even pay attention to new age people whatsoever. Like the only reason why I know about Ryan Reynolds is because he's been in some older stuff that I've seen.
Yeah, that's.
And not saying it's the same for you, but. It's all on assumption. But anyway, so I think Ryan Reynolds could do Bandit. Snowman. Wow. God, I don't know who new could do it. Well, not new, but
I got some guy.
What's that dude from Holes? Y'all know him.
Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, him. Put him in there.
Peter Butterfucking. What's rule number 1? Party.
Oh my god. And then who would be Buford?
I got the perfect one for Buford.
Really?
At least I think.
Say it.
All right. This is gonna be. Y'all may not agree with me. Okay.
I might, because I have no idea how to new age actors.
But I think he could pull it off. All right. So I'm not basing this off of what he's done or what kind of person he is. I think Samuel L. Jackson has a shot at being a good Buford.
Oh.
I can see where you're going with that, but I think it takes away from the dulled down intelligence of Daddy and Son, because they weren't either really that bright.
He could be Sheriff Bradford.
Well, he could. What I mean, though,
that's where I was going. Is I can see him in that movie as the sheriff that actually had some common sense in that damn movie, but still got shitted on.
Well, so where I was going with that is, I think he could be a good hard ass.
Right.
You know, say
definitely
some bitch. You know, confidently.
If Samuel L. Jackson, he'd say, "I'm gonna get that mother."
Yeah, new age. Yeah. If there was a remake,
standing there with the big fro from
Pulp Fiction.
No, it has to be that fro too.
Oh god,
the full on Jerry curl fro. Oh,
yeah, for sure.
Soul glow in it and shit. Soul glow.
It couldn't be the Nick from the Avengers. Nick, dear Lord, what's his name? You know who I'm talking about. What's the guy's name? He was just in. He was.
Marines Club. We could cast Chuck Norris as the director and everything below, and it would be a great movie. It's Chuck Norris.
Starring Chuck Norris is the bandit. Chuck Norris is Frog. Chuck Norris is Snowman.
Yep. He just stands in front of the camera and just goes. That's the whole
and
movie.
Ric Flair,
and liked it.
And Ric Flair is Buford T. Justice.
Woo!
Because Ric Flair taught Chuck Norris everything he knows.
I'm gonna have to contest that.
Good Lord.
I can not sit here and listen to that filth ever again. Chuck Norris's master was Chesty Puller. Damn it.
What's that
I'm
guy's
just saying.
name?
I'm just saying. Chuck Norris was born on what day? And then the next day, Germany gave up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Anyway,
could
I don't
Reeves be
March
a good
10th, 1940.
Keanu could definitely be a good bandit.
I was thinking the same thing. You could probably
Keanu could be a good bandit.
I was thinking about that.
I just think the bandits comedy side could be brought out a little bit better. Because Burt wasn't very good with comedy.
He was. I mean, he wasn't a comic, but he was. I mean, look at Hooper
with comedy. That's why I said Ryan Reynolds has a better chance of having more comedy. If I wanted to go for straight comedy, I'd call up the most controversial comedian in the last 20 years, Dane Cook, just because of his voice and his attitude.
Oh,
I could care less if he was a good comedian. But
who's
I don't
the
like
guy? Who's got played Gambit in Deadpool Wolverine?
Don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've still yet to see it too.
It's what's his name? Channing Tatum. No.
Yeah.
Yep.
I tell you, And this will have a Bandit tie, a Dukes of Hazzard tie-in.
Uh-oh.
Ryan, hang on, let me look at his name. Ryan Hurst.
Okay.
Ryan Hurst. That's who I would put as Bandit. He's got the look. He's got the acting chops. Ryan Hurst as the Bandit. Mandy Moore as Frog. And I hadn't got Buford T. Justice Jr. or Snowman yet.
See, Junior, I would pick. Who was that dopey guy from the Friends TV show?
Joey? That guy?
I don't know. I never watched that show. But the dopey guy from the Friends show, if anybody in the chat knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Matt.
Congratulations.
Matt
Damon.
somebody. Matthew. No, that's Matthew
Matthew,
Perry.
retarded guy. I don't know. That guy, he would be obviously the son. Buford, I would trying to think of somebody that.
I got another one. It's the dude that played Joker a couple years ago. The solo film Joker. His last name's Phoenix or whatever.
Joaquin
he would be
Phoenix.
a good junior.
He'd be a good junior, yeah.
Yep, he would be a good. My hat flew off, Daddy.
He'd be really good.
I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
It's true though.
Oh my god! Well, I hope your head was in it. You just, I mean, some of this. If you watch it, man, you know, and just some of the stuff that he says, it's like, really, my head flew off.
Wade Williams. That's what I was trying to think of. Would be perfect for. Go look him up.
I'm looking.
He played in a TV show called Prison Break. That's where I remember this character fitting. Him doing that character as Buford T. Justice. That's who I'd pick. Wade Williams played he played in The Dark Knight Returns Part 1. God, what else What did it? He did a whole bunch of stuff. Come on, man.
Oh, he'd be a good Buford T.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, and
you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
he's a backwoods kind of farm boy. Yeah. Yep. He's kind of tall, kind of built.
We need to make this movie happen, dude.
Well, we need
to get in touch with some people.
See, I've always wanted to do this. Do a movie about a Cannonball remake, right? But instead of having the Cannonball from the Cannonball movie Cars, do all the mid to late 70s, early 80s to mid 80s TV and movie cars and characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so we're getting a Buford T, we're getting his son, we got the Duke boys lined up in a Charger, we got Bandit and Frog lined up. I want to see all of those, but in a movie, in a race about a movie, playing their characters from other movies in one movie.
So it's like Tropic Thunder, but
no, it's more like storylines of other 80s movies are crossing on a remake of an 80s movie.
So there's,
you know, like the Duke boys run into the Bandit and the Frog as they're crossing across the country. Bandit's trying to go get beer. The Duke boys are returning, you know, or whatever. I don't know. I just think
there's Ryan.
Funny.
There's Ryan.
Yes. Why don't you just say Opie?
Well, if I'd have said Opie, yeah, okay, all right. I could have said Opie, but
Sons of Anarchy. That's Opie.
Right.
That's what he's
His
known
father, Rick Hurst, played Cletus Hogg in the original Dukes of Hazzard TV show.
Cool. But we're talking about Smokey and the Bandit.
But that's what I'm saying. There's the Dukes of Hazzard connection right there.
I know. I'm
As
messing
far
with
as because if there wasn't if
Crossover.
there wasn't a movie called The Moonrunners, and this is where it's all pre it all came from the movie Moonrunners, and then Smokey the Bandit, and then the Dukes of Hazzard. Because I think if it wasn't for the Dukes of Hazzard, if it wasn't for Smokey and the Bandit, there would never been a Dukes of Hazzard. You
really
and
think
that
so?
whole counterculture that kind of came along. You know, you got Convoy and Smokey
Yeah,
the
but
Bandit, and
Do
then
you think Smokey
Gator
and the
and-
Bandit had that much of an effect to have been somewhat responsible for the creation of Dukes of Hazzard?
and there's Rick Hurst. Yes,
I can get on board with that.
I'm not doubting it. I was
can-
trying to. Okay. I mean, I
I
can
can
see
see
where
that.
I can see where the culture would have pushed it that way. I can see that.
back then we're talking about everything that happened that was, the counterculture, as we've talked about in a few episodes, and even probably will again. But the whole movement, especially you had in the early 70s up to 77. Now we're talking about Leonard Skinner it just had the plane crash around the same time the Smokey and the Bandit movie drops. The only movie that outdid Smokey and the Bandit was Star Wars.
Yeah, you
And
weren't
that
beating
was,
that.
and they didn't beat them. They didn't beat them by much.
Yeah, but you weren't going to beat that.
Thanks to some nerds, but
Hey, look where you're at now, nerd.
yeah, I'm using. Yeah, I mean, I'm a nerd about different things.
Yeah. Just less nerdy stuff.
But it was a big culture movement. You had Southern rock.
Yep.
You had where everybody for years and years to use a quote from a documentary I saw a while back, where everybody demonized the South. Now it's okay. Everybody's wearing, button-up T-shirts and cowboy boots and cowboy hats, and hell yeah, it's fun to jump in a fast-ass car and shoot. Of course, everybody wants to run from the law. Everybody wants to be an outlaw. Everybody glorifies look at, for example, throughout our history, everybody glorified, and they held what happened to OK Corral, the Earp brothers, and Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday was a gambler and a vagabond. He was drunk.
He was also a doctor.
And was a doctor, a dentist, as a matter of fact. But Star Wars is a documentary.
It's a futuristic documentary of stuff
No.
that's going to happen.
Smokey and the Bandit is a documentary. So is the original Dukes of Hazzard TV show. That's a documentary.
That's a rock
For the South.
No,
For the South, anyway.
Yeah, it is. That's a
How do you
history
think we
lesson.
learned how to drive, man?
GTA.
Well, I learned how to drive before GTA came out.
Yeah, so did I. I learned to drive before the NES came out. Not really, but before it got to the United States in '85.
But it was a huge culture movement that was reinforced by Smokey and the Bandit. Let's see, there's Mandy Moore. That's a perfect frog right there.
She's not bad. She's easy on the eyes.
And I ain't got I'll say, like you said, Wade Williams. I don't have a junior or a snowman. Wait, we said Joaquin Phoenix for junior, didn't we?
Yes. I don't know who would be Snowman. Snowman is 1-on-1.
That's true.
Jerry, get your ass back here.
If
No.
only it was that easy, huh?
Yeah. I think he played a hell of a snowman. He made it. He hypothetically made
David Arquette.
it
No,
as.
David Arquette.
Snowman. Well, that's what we were
Isn't
talking
he
about.
isn't he kind of goofy though? I thought.
That's why I was like, there
He
you
would
go.
have to be.
Uh,
but see, if
I
you,
recognize the
if-
name. His birthday's today, by the way.
if you listen to Jerry Reed's music and then look at his acting, it's the same. He just shows up. He didn't have to read a script. He just showed. All right, he doesn't have to go. Oh, what's my what am I
What's
feeling?
my
right now?"
motivation?
Dude, what's my motivation? What?
An
You know,
apple
dude
or
pulls a little
an
camera.
Oh wait, sorry.
They got the camera in there. Go. Get action.
That's
He didn't have to
that's a
act.
fair
He just
statement.
shows up. He's the same dude who playing music. He's the same
Johnny
dude when he
Depp.
was in
We'll make
Waterboy.
Johnny Depp Snowman.
That's what you're going with, Johnny Depp.
I mean, what's another movie with him acting like Captain Jack Sparrow?
Oh, that's pretty good.
I don't know. I think Jerry Reed had some had good acting skill. I mean, he was
Yeah,
pretty
he
much
did.
himself, but I think Waterboy he wasn't himself, and he was a character.
Yeah.
I think he was a mean asshole man in that, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's Snowman. Yeah,
Marines, going back to Star Wars, he said it was not the future. It took place a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, you just got rickrolled, but with a different song. Good job.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a song. You said it took place in the future. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, but you just basically sang out the words to the beginning of every Star Wars song. He just rickrolled you, and you didn't even see it.
Because I've never watched Star Wars.
that's an intro. It's not a song.
I never watched Star Wars. It doesn't count. I never watched Star Wars, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Adam
Does it
Sandler as
matter?
Snowman.
It doesn't matter.
Y'all are just
Adam
naming people at
Sandler.
this point.
No, that other guy from one of his movies. Who dear?
Oh man.
David Spade.
But like yeah, I mean like you could put any comic as Snowman, but they wouldn't be Snowman, you know what I mean?
No, but that's why I was trying to find somebody that could keep up the character, but not be Jerry Reed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
But
want to disrespect Jerry Reed like that.
Right.
Just saying.
I mean, and that's why I picked out the actor. And Wade Williams, that was a very good pull. But I knew I had Ryan Hurst. We had a conversation a while back, me and somebody else. I had Ryan Hurst and Mandy Moore picked out as Bandit and Frog right off the top. But I don't, and Joaquin Phoenix, yeah, he could probably, I mean, he plays a pretty good dumbass. So,
I mean, so is Leonardo DiCaprio. He's played the best one in any movie that wasn't.
oh my God.
I want to go up there, Gilbert. I want to go
Well,
up there.
I think Phoenix
I'll go up
looks
there,
a little
Gilbert.
bit like Junior, and based off that Joker character, the uncontrollable laughing, and it'd be a good
Is it
match.
Is it sad that I thought of Leonardo DiCaprio when right before you said something, it came to mind too.
Is it bad that
Oh,
that's the
Lord.
first person I thought of when you first said Junior? And I didn't think of Leonardo DiCaprio. I thought of Leo as Augie or whatever they called him. Austin. Or,
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember. I think it for
I
sure.
saw the movie
was
like
Augie.
once.
I've seen it twice.
Johnny-
I love, dude. I
Johnny
love
Depp
that.
and Amber.
I love that movie. Love that movie. It's such a great movie. I want to go up there, Gilbert. I want to go up there.
That
Hey,
movie
Turtle,
is
what do you
so-
think of Johnny Depp and Amber
I
Heard?
don't.
as,
I don't.
Heard?
I don't think nothing about them. They're not in my
We
thoughts
actually-
at all.
We would actually want the movie to be,
I
successful.
want to make money off of the movie, not maybe make money on the right internet web channel. No.
But you couldn't tell me that Ryan Hurst wouldn't be a good bandit.
I'm not saying he wouldn't. I don't know if he's got the soul for it. Not saying he couldn't, but I haven't seen him in
Okay.
enough. Personally,
Going back to who he played in Remember the Titans.
no. I get that because that's
Barring
the other place
that-
I've seen him. Yes, that's the other place that
Right.
I've seen him at. So I'm not saying they're. I don't know. I just need to see more.
Or there's another guy. Hang
See,
on.
I
It just
don't
popped in my
spit. I
mind.
don't want to ruin it with today's actors. I want to ruin it with actors that could have done it better from those times.
There's a
Either
guy
way, I'm
named
gonna ruin
Clayne.
it.
There's a guy named Clayne Crawford. He could be the Snowman. He played Riggs in the remake TV show of Lethal Weapon. He's got that crazy kind of. He could pull off a crazy, fun, crazy person real
He's got the
easy.
humor, but also the seriousness.
Yep. That's who. I
How
would pick as
about-
Snowman?
That's fair.
But you know who I'm talking about? Clayne Crawford.
I don't, but
Yeah, he got kicked out of his own. His character got kicked off of the show because he didn't bow down to the Wayans brothers. He got in a fight argument with one of
He
the
got in a
Wayans,
fight with
whoever was in it.
Damon Wayans.
Told him he was garbage and he wouldn't even be acting if it wasn't for his brother.
So
I was
if I
like-
wanted to ruin it, spit with older actors that could have done a better version. Somebody's gonna hate me for this, but Bosco said the words and it brought it to my attention. So you're gonna put Mel Gibson as the bandit,
Oh Lord!
put Danny Glover as the snowman. It's the Lethal Weapon combination. Danny Glover was an idiot in that movie, but he plays an idiot in a lot of movies.
I'm too old for this.
I'm too old for this shit, man.
He said he was too old for this shit, and he was like in his 30s.
But he was supposed to be playing somebody that was like in their 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we laugh about that shit now. We're going, 40s and 50s. I'm going, oh, my back.
But yeah, I think Clayne Crawford, he could either pull off the bandit or
Okay.
he could pull off Snowman.
Now, yeah, maybe. The younger version? Probably not. He'd get beat up before he got in the truck. Hey, what are you doing, kid? Get out of there.
I don't know. He plays pretty good.
He'd have to roughen up his look a little bit.
He's an Alabama boy. He was born in Alabama, so he's got some Southern to him. Which Jackie Gleason was. Jackie Gleason is Jackie Gleason.
Jackie Gleason is Jackie Gleason.
He pulled off that Southeast Texan, attitude.
Yeah,
Which
but
they say that.
he was Jackie Gleason. He can get whatever he wants.
Here's an idea: cast celebrities that had a fight with someone else and cast that person as well.
Why you keep going back to the Deaf and Amber shit? We're not doing Deaf and Amber. It's not happening. I'm not trying
Clayne
to film
Crawford-
a movie and
Clayne
while
Crawford,
filming the
Damon
movie,
Wayans.
filming a fight. It's not. No, I'm not doing a World Star edit video. Like, no.
Yeah, hang
Yeah,
on.
it would be explosive. It'd be explosive as shit, wouldn't it?
I'll be right back.
Get
Yeah.
the hell out of here with that. Bring Amber and
Explosive as
Devin.
shit.
Well, it's like I told that lady at work the other night. She was arguing about something and using English terms that she obviously had no idea what she was saying was wrong. But I had to correct her, and I told her, I said, "Ma'am, I'm going to need you to be more Pacific and less Atlantic, because you're confusing everybody up here every time you use the word. Because don't nobody have any idea what you're saying, regardless of how many times you use the word." Yeah, I got in trouble for that. Apparently, it's disrespectful. Where'd he go? Why'd he leave us? What'd he do? Wasn't me. My phone's on charge. I hope you know that. So what else do we got? Good Lord. It's already 9 o'clock. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
There he is.
Okay,
There
I'm
he
back.
is.
Oh no, he's back.
Sorry about that.
No, he didn't get a better camera.
What's wrong with my camera?
It's blurry
Well,
as shit
you
and lags.
want-
It's glitchy. I hear your voice and
I-
then see your
matter of
lips
fact-
moving.
Matter of fact, I am going. Got the internet people. They don't pay us to say who they are. We got the internet people come over here to look at it this week. I've already had a discussion with them yesterday.
They better do more than look at it.
Yeah, I said, dude, as much money as I'm paying y'all, I mean, this needs to, y'all should be able to hear my thoughts before I say it.
Speaking of which,
Okay, no, we don't want that to happen.
Speaking of which, Hargrave sent me a check. Did I tell you about that?
Mm-mm.
You remember I went and turned in my equipment, and the day I turned in my equipment when I left their services and got Cox Cable for loudmouths. I see y'all laughing. Anyway, when I switched internet companies to the other one that I'm using now, don't remind people. But when I switched over, I took all the damn equipment over there and I said, "Hey, this is y'all's. Do I owe y'all any more money?" And the lady looked and she said, "Nope, you're turning in all the equipment. That's good. You don't owe us anything." So, all right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a bill in the mail. And I called them up, said, "Hey, what's up with this?" And they were like, "Well, this is from the month and whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, no. I asked the lady when I turned my equipment in if I owed any money, or I would have paid it right then." And that's it. They were, "Oh, this is a cancellation fee." You already turned it off. Same thing happened.
Yeah.
They came out and looked to get my money back, and they sent me a check. They were like, "No, this is what we were supposed to send you. It's not a bill." Scared the crap out of me. That's why I said, make sure you get your money from them.
Well, I'm gonna have them run right here so I can hardwire straight in. Boom.
Hell yeah. No more glitchy. No, you're probably
Right.
still
Hardwire. Knowing them is probably, but
Just to-
be
Anyway.
hardwired right in and not have to worry about that mess. So, all in all, do we think where are we at? Do we think the Trans Am trigger or the General Lee is faster? Heads up, or are we just kind of just leaving it as they're both hero cars? They both have their unique abilities.
I think heads up on the street, it'd be trigger all day long.
Really? Okay.
On the street, city streets, highways, I think it'd be trigger all day long. Those were later vehicles with more power.
Well,
Stock.
okay.
Stock. We're not
The
talking
General Lee was at 375 horsepower stock. Zero top speed 135 miles an hour.
right,
0
but
to
it, could,
60 in
but it couldn't
5.4.
put it to the ground faster than the Trans Am could.
What was the 0 to 60 on trigger?
I think it was God. What was it?
To be continued is what it was.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you later. It now. I'm not saying it couldn't get it top end. I'm not saying the Charger wouldn't walk the dog on a damn Trans Am on a drag strip or an open road at the top end.
So how long are we racing on the street? Is the question.
I'm just saying overall on the street, I think Trigger would take it. But overall street, drag, track, dirt, Charger's got a better option.
So overall, the Charger, but if you put them through a bunch of tests,
if you put them just on the street, just a street race, I think the Trans Am is better built for that. Whereas the Charger is, well, most of them were modified later for just drag and less track. But they did do some track. I just think personally the Trans Am on the street would take the Charger. Everywhere else, I think the Charger would walk it. Just not in the street. I don't think it has the acceleration that Trigger did. You see what I mean by that?
Because it was torquey, yeah.
Yeah, the Trans Am could
Trans Am on a highway or an open country road.
Okay.
So going
at the top end,
going based off of what was in the movie in the 6.6 liter, or litre, as you can read it, LLITRE, liter.
LOL.
Was that had to be a 403 car. That had to be an Oldsmobile 403, which we know. If you know, you know that 403 Oldsmobile engine was a beast.
Somebody screenshot that.
But what?
Screenshot that at 9:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 8th of September 2024. Spit agreed with Turtle. Somebody fucking screenshot that shit.
Find my mouse.
And that's the same argument that I had. The Charger can't hook quick enough. That's what I was trying to say.
I'm trying to find the specs for the Trans Am that
I had them up, but I guess I put those away instead of the 6 YouTube videos I've got pulled up.
It's giving me an engine breakdown for the first generation, but not the second.
What do you mean the second generation? The 80?
The 71 through 80 was the second generation. 70 to 81. Sorry. That's technically known as the second generation.
But they had two different motors because the 80 had a different motor than the.
But we're talking about Trigger, not Trans Am. This that.
No, I'm talking about Trigger. The 80 Trigger had a different motor than. It had a 4.9 with a Garrett TV 305.
Ugh.
Whereas the 77 was actually a carryover from 76 with only 180 horsepower.
See, that's what I'm saying. What is the torque on that?
Factory supposedly would have been, with the engine code XA, would have been a mere 180 horsepower at 3,600 RPMs. Now, we do know for a fact that the car, character-wise depicted in the Smokey and the Bandit movies, was modified. Never specifically stated how it was modified, but it was modified. So it would be fair to believe that car was able to pull at least 325 horse.
You think so?
Yes, because they were rated
I
anywhere
think-
from 180 to 226. I think was the highest recorded back then on stock 6.6 V8s from the 76 6.6 V8s.
But the only thing that would kill and kills anything from the 70s is anything after 75, 76, severely smog controlled.
Yeah.
Had all the smog emissions. Yeah. Emissions.
I said it was modified. You
Yeah,
can take
well,
that
yeah.
most of that out.
Yeah. Smog pump out of there. Headers, 4-barrel intake, carb.
50 more horsepower. Boom.
Yep.
50 more horsepower. Flame stickers. Boom. 5 more horsepower.
Yep. I don't know, man. I
mean-
think that heads up. I think thinking back now, I think that I pretty much agree with Miss Bosco that
They're pretty
They
close.
would be equal. They
pretty
would be
close.
equal.
They're pretty
On a
close.
heads up, running, let's say, cross country from, riding around the roads up there in Monroe County all the way over to Jones County.
Charger all
the
day
back
long.
roads, Charger all day long. Generally would
Eat that up.
Yeah.
But distance, comfortability, I'll be picking that Trans all day long. Me and Trigger riding out.
pop the T-tops out, roll out.
Ooh, them bucket seats. The bucket seats on that Trans. Have you ever actually seen the real bucket seats in those things? Oh my God.
A buddy of mine back when we were kids, I just got my Power Wagon on the road.
I want to put those seats in my Jeep.
And I went to my buddy, which Bubba may know him, David Gregory, his place, and he had a 70. It's either 78 or 79 Trans Am T-tops. He just got in the thing, and come on, man! Actually, he came by my house, and we rode around the neighborhood in it. Took off down, 247.
Well, do you remember, or was this a fever dream? The second or third generation Trans Am, the one that was in the third movie.
Yeah.
You remember going to somebody's house? I don't remember who these people were, but fixing that car, like taking all day on it, and then riding in it.
Yeah, doing the brakes on it.
Was it the brakes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it a Trans Am? I thought it was a Camaro.
I remember it as a Trans Am.
I mean,
Maybe.
if you're talking about the same generation, they look the same any damn ways.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, that's because they
That's
were
true.
the same car.
oh, would you look at that?
Yeah, by and large, they were.
They were the same exact car.
Yeah.
That's like trying to say
Oh.
the what was it? What was it? The Nissan 350Z and the Infiniti G36 or whatever it was were exactly the same.
By the way, who were those people? I've been wanting to know for like 10 years.
Good Lord, you bring up something I forgot all about, dude. From friends of mine. From friends of mine.
Oh, okay.
Do you need to go out? Too bad. You got to suffer like the rest of us.
Bubba does. He's about to pee his.
Yeah, I know.
His
he's over there
diaper.
texting me. So is Rex, man.
Yeah.
My service dog is over here standing at the door, tapping his feet on the floor, trying not to fart again.
Yeah, really. All right, so we're 2 hours in. Let's go ahead and start winding it down there. Brother Turtle, you'd like to do that? The Operation Tackle Box.
Go for it, brother. I had it last time.
Okay.
You got it.
Many of you know that we show a lot of love to our military service men and women. Operation Tackle Box is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that they do a lot of good for our military veterans. Healing Through Reeling and Wheeling is their website shows. I'm gonna get it pulled up here in just a second. I don't know why I typed that in. Hang on a second. But yeah, like I said, they do a lot of good. Help the veterans get in touch with VA claims. More, I'm not going to say more importantly, but I will say that a large part of it is helping veterans deal with things that they're going through when they come back home. A lot of us in different ways, shape or forms, will deal with PTSD, and our veterans deal with it in a major way. Next mission is coming up September 19th through the 23rd, which is about 2 weeks. Donate and help them serve our warriors. They're actively seeking donations to help give back to these veterans throughout the entire trip. Yes, I'm reading it straight off the website because I don't think it was on there last week, was it? It may have been. Yep, y'all go on there and shop for some awesome OTB gear. All the products that they have on there, hats, t-shirts, decals. 100% of their donations go to help the mission. They still have the side-by-side 2023 Polaris Ranger XP 1000 that they're still running the raffle up until September 20th. I had to read that right. I had the microphone in the way. They're going to host a big event and invite everyone out who bought raffle tickets to announce the winner. Either way, it's going to be a big shindig. I actually need to send in some money to them to donate. Not even just to get the side by side, just to donate. I've been emailing them back and forth, just keeping them in touch if they need me to post anything else. And they're really good people. Turtle knows them. He's gone on a few fishing trips with these guys. You know, we love our brother Turtle. We love our military men and women. We are so grateful for everything, for the sacrifice that they did for us to keep us safe here. They went off and did their thing so we can stay here and do ours. But yeah, if you get interested, go on to operationtacklebox.org. operationtacklebox.org. There will be a link in the show notes. And yeah, they please donate if you have some fishing gear that you would like to donate. If you have, they're not just asking for money donations. If you have fishing gear or anything like that, I think they even take volunteers. Maybe I just read that somewhere. But yes, if you ever have, which a lot of us do, have service members in our family, even those service members who are no longer with us, Operation Tackle Box, they are local to Georgia anyway. They're closer to us. Yeah, go check them out. OTB, OperationTackleBox.org. So this coming up week, I'm going to be recording Saturday, which is a week from today. Me and Bubba will be in Bowling Green, Kentucky for Mo Party, which I think a large part of that is why I want to do this show today, because I think they're going to have a General Lee jump. I'm not sure. They didn't do it last year probably for political reasons, but they usually do a General Lee jump. There's going to be a whole lot of Mopars. Obviously, it's Mo Party. If you're within the Bowling Green, Kentucky area, or know anybody that is in that area close by that love Dodge, Plymouth, anything Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, whatever, anything Mopar, Bowling Green, Kentucky, at Beachbend Motorsports Park. Holly, the Performance Holly people are putting on this party. They usually do. I think LS Fest is this coming up weekend. No, this weekend that we're on now. And then they do a Ford festival. And so, yeah. That's what we'll be. We'll be live recording in the hotel room. Maybe Chief Keef will meet us there. I'm not sure. He said yes, but and if he can't make it, then hey, I understand.
You said in Bowling Green?
Yep, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Isn't that where the Corvette factory is?
Yes, sir. National Corvette Museum is right there as well. So no, this is not sponsored. They don't pay me to talk about Mopar or anything like that. But I'm excited. I've been wanting to go for the last couple of years. And this year we finally just pulled the trigger, said, let's just go.
Just go.
Let's do it.
Y'all know, as everybody, if you watch this, listen to this podcast for any amount of time, I'm a big, or if you know me personally, I'm a big Dodge fanatic. There it is. Mo Party, America's High Performance Mopar event, September 13th through the 15th. We'll be riding up on the 12th.
Just think, next year we can plan it out better. I'll be able to go with you, and you should have the red truck ready.
Let's hope.
No, he should. I didn't say he would. He's not going to. It's a project vehicle. They're never ready on time.
No,
but he should have it ready by then.
I know that Rob Kibbe, the Kibbe and Friends show, he's going to bring his Kibbe Lee, or his General Lee, as we call it, as we know, the Kibbe Lee. And Justin Cornett, who's his co-host, he's going to bring his Daisy Roadrunner replica car that I think last week he was just finishing up the final touches on it, try to get it ready to go. But yeah, look at this: drag racing, autocross, car show, Australian style burnout contest. Which, if you've ever seen that, even on TV, wow,
that's a mess.
That's like drifting on steroids.
No, that's drifting in place.
No, the Australian style burnout contest.
Yeah, that's how fast can you melt your tires without melting your tires?
Yeah.
That is the show us you have a burnout problem without showing us you have a burnout problem.
Well, look, there's the autocross burnouts, mullet contest.
Yeah, they have all
mullet contest. Turtle.
Yeah.
You need to grow a mullet by the time next year.
I'll never win that. Never win.
Come on, man.
I can do a full.
Get your Uncle Jerry. Get your Uncle Jerry to grow a mullet. We'll just enter him into the mullet contest.
Dude, have you seen his mustache lately?
Yes, I saw him.
I was gonna say he has a handlebar mustache, but it's more like a ape hanger mustache.
That's why I didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
There's a swap meet, mullet contest, dyno challenge, car show, 3S challenge, drag racing, Mopar Survivors, and there's somebody apparently. There you go.
How to scare your former boss? Haha, I'm better than you. What in the flying monkey poop was that?
Yep. It looked like a.
Was that a
Charger
Charger truck?
Oh, that was the Hellringo or the Hellcota.
Hellcota.
Hellcat swap Dakota.
Yeah.
With a Charger interior.
Yep.
Wait till you see my Hangler.
It does make me want to grab a Dakota and put that Hemi in it, but
no, you
I'm
don't.
putting that Hemi in my house.
Yeah, no, stop. You don't need any more trucks at your house. You already have your collection. Let me get my collection up now. Damn.
Ooh, the Hemi on the Hug car is going to be there.
Yeah.
And I think Dylan McCool and all his Mopars is going to be there, obviously. You can't get in this party without having a Mopar. I mean, unless you drove your Chevy there and it's out in the parking lot. But
Can't get into the show.
so that's where we're going to be at next week, folks. I can't wait. I'm excited.
I can wait until next year because I have to. That's the green I want.
Yep.
Did you see that? Did you see that green?
Mm-hmm.
That's the green I want.
F8 green.
Actually, the F5 green, I looked that up the other day because the Lee 3 was F5 medium, whatever. I don't know. It was F5 was the green. So I was like, what is that? Let me go check it. Looked it up. I was like, oh, I like that too.
There goes your you. You just missed it.
Yeah, I just seen it.
I was letting it play again. All right. Well,
All right.
anybody got anything else?
No, I'm going to win the
find
lottery.
Where'd it go? There it goes. That?
Yeah. Somebody built that in their backyard. It's a Charger front end and a Charger back end.
Oh, yeah, it's a Charger.
It's extended. It's extended and the back end's cut off. No, I think that's actually the back end of a truck that they molded the body together on. I think that's what they did.
You think that's a Dakota with a Charger front end?
No, that's a Charger front end with a Dakota added to the rear.
Which I just kind of said the same thing, but
That's
I figured,
insane.
No, because if you say Dakota with a Charger front end, it would be a Dakota chassis. This is a Charger chassis with a Dakota rear end.
Oh, okay. Now I get you.
It's
Which
completely a Charger. It's tagged. If it's the one I'm thinking of, there's a guy that did a build video on it. It's completely a Charger. It's tagged, insured, registered, VINed as whatever Charger it was. 08
Right.
or something. You can tell it's probably 08. They ran out of materials for the back. But yeah, it's like an 08 Charger with somehow he bodied the back end to be a truck. It's got a tailgate and everything.
I like this
Cool.
kid here. His mullet,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
right, the Hitman Heart sunglasses,
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner t-shirt.
Wait
Is
till
that
you
Joe
go to
Dirt's kid?
Bradenton. Yeah, wait till you go to dude, wait till you go to Bradenton.
I almost fell out my chair.
Oh, yeah. You think that's cool? Wait till you get to Bradenton.
I mean, that kid, hold on. That kid and that car are the same thing.
Business up front, party in the rear. Woo!
That kid and that car are the same thing.
Instead of amen,
All right.
do it for Dale.
Oh, that's
All
gonna
right,
be
y'all.
a clip.
What was it? This 2
Like,
hours and
yeah.
18?
Yeah,
might clip
18.
that. All right.
I still got time for Crew 2 or Div 2 or
Something. All right. Well, everybody, thank y'all for joining us in the chats. We will see y'all Saturday live from Mo Party. I'll be shooting little short videos as I walk through the events and showing off, hey, look where I'm at and you're not. No, I'm just kidding. I will be shooting out some videos and shorts, and I'm very grateful for everybody in the chat. Thank y'all. Don't forget to click subscribe and like and share this video to YouTube. Share this to your friends and family and people, even if you don't like them. Hang on one second.
hang on. Don't pause it and leave again. Rude.
My dog's over here whining. I'm trying to figure out why. Sorry.
My dog won too. I just kicked him in the balls and left. Let's go. I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. All the people watching, I didn't really kick my dogs, and I don't really kick my dogs ever.
No dogs have been harmed in the filming of this podcast.
I just say things like that to get a rise out of people, not to wake up the Karens.
But catch us on Facebook. Catch us on Instagram. Shoot me a DM if you got anything else you want us to cover or talk about. I'm trying to get Jerry Wayne Longmire on. I was on his live while he was on earlier today because his automotive storytelling is phenomenal, and I think he's just a great storyteller and comedian. He's awesome. Yeah. So I shot him an email earlier. I don't know. I'm still trying to keep going with this. I love doing this. I love getting on here shooting, talking trash with y'all. And you know, like I said, share this. I think I have a little bit to go as far as Facebook to be verified. I got to hit this certain number or whatever. So if you see a reel, if you follow this on Facebook, if you see a reel or something that I post, share it. Watch it, share it with somebody, get them to watch it because it counts. It helps us all in the algorithm. Share this video. Share this to your Facebook and Instagram. You know, especially if somebody likes automotive news, automotive culture, news, shooting the trash about who we would cast as certain members of what TV show, which we never got to Dukes of Hazzard. But anyway,
a couple idiots trying not to look like nerds, talk about cars. Great movie.
Being nerds
about it. No, that was a purple spark plug that was in there, not a left-handed one.
Like I said, the greatest thing you've never seen. Best, worst thing you've never seen. All right. Got anything else? Turtle?
Nope.
Bubba?
No.
One more time, everybody. Y'all go on Facebook and wish my son Jay, or Jordan is his actual name, Jordan, a happy 27th birthday. He's getting old, y'all.
J-Mo.
Yep. Y'all go wish him a happy birthday. He's done a very good job. I'm very proud of him, how far he's come and things he's accomplished. So, yeah. All right. Everybody else who ever has a birthday this coming up week, let me know in the chat. So I'll actually do a short little video and wish you happy birthday. You know, it's cool. All right. Hang on, and we'll get out of here. Here we go.
Thanks for riding with us on the Forever Road podcast with Bosco. Hey, you can find and follow us at Instagram and Facebook, or just drop us a line or a question anytime at foreverroadpodcast@gmail.com. See you next time on the Forever Road podcast.